107.5.
747, you've seen this guy on the TV quite a bit, Comedy Central, Mind of Mencia. You've seen him on the big screen. You've probably seen him performing all around the country, all around the world. His name is Carlos Mencia, and he's going to be right here in Clovis tonight. He's over at the Civic Center. It is the New Territory Tour. The show's at 8 o'clock. Doors open at 7 tonight, and we're so pleased to have Carlos Mencia in studio with us. Carlos, I want to get back to it and jump right in. You're a guy, just that. You're traveling all over the place,
right.
And you're on the road, I assume, half your life. You finally get a chance to get home. It's time to chill out. You've got your wife there, your son, right? You have a son, I believe it is. You guys are just hanging out. What do you guys like to do?
Me, well, of course, if I'm on the road for a long time, I got to do whatever she wants. You know what I'm saying?
So you have honeydews just like everybody else.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you just have to say, yeah, well, whatever you want to do. But I kind of don't care, so,
Right.
it's more about hanging out, so it doesn't matter to me. You become a normal person.
Yeah.
The only difference is at a certain point there's a trade-off of work and people that you hire to do things that have to get done.
Right.
That's kind of the way that works. So if I'm on the road for 25 weeks, I'm okay. But if I do 40, 45, like this year I'll do about 49 to 51 weeks on the road.
Good
My gosh.
Lord.
So with that, I have to hire kind of surrogates to do stuff at the
Right.
house. And
How
then
old's
at
your
that
boy?
point, he's 5. He just turned 5.
So he'll be like kindergarten this coming year? Or?
He's going to kindergarten, yeah.
Oh, wow. How about
How
that?
cool is it going to be for those other kindergarten kids to have Carlos Mencia there on the first day of school, man? That's going to be awesome.
Except my kid's going to be coming home going, oh, my God, Steven Spielberg's kid was he? You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, sorry, man, you're way on the bottom of that list, bro. Spielberg is a whole nother level, dude.
That's great.
A whole nother level, bro.
Well, you're a normal guy. Do you ever get starstruck yourself? I mean, you're
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean, when I go to the Emmys or any stuff like that, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, my God, look who that is. I mean,
By any chance, did you see the interview that was online yesterday with Pat Sajak from Wheel of Fortune? Did you see that interview that was buzzing yesterday? There was an interview buzzing yesterday. Some show interviewed the dude from Wheel of Fortune, Pat Sajak.
Who, by the way, is like
Yeah.
68
he's
years old.
looks
or
great,
something.
by the way.
Oh, he
He
does.
The big revelation on that was that back in the day, he and Vanna White would go out during the dinner break and get blasted on margaritas and come back and tape new editions of the Wheel of Fortune. Loaded on margaritas.
awesome.
And he was like full on square about it. He was like, oh, yeah, we did that. We'd have 2. He said, we'd have 1, 2, 6 margaritas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
No wonder he was kind of a jackhole back then. Like,
That's for sure.
you don't know what it is?
But
Yeah.
in that interview, he was asked the same question about him meeting other celebrities, and he said he was blown away one time when Lucille Ball knew who he was and was a fan of his stuff. Does that how do you feel when celebrities that you consider bigger than you come and tell you, hey man, I love your stuff?
It's amazing, but I think they're all bigger than me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lucky to be invited to the dance. I mean, I was born like that's why I stopped doing stand up. Kind of slowed down, not stopped for a while, but part of why I got fired up to return was I went to the comedy clubs and every comedian's act was negative. It was like how bad things are and how bad the economy is, and man, the economy's so bad. And I didn't feel that way.
Right.
Not that I don't see the effects of the economy, but I come from Honduras, a country that really sucks.
Right.
Not America sucks. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, here we're
There's a
like,
difference.
America sucks. No, America doesn't suck. Honduras sucks. Honduras sucks so bad that I was in Juarez, which is the murder capital of the world. They average 18 murders a day. About a month and a half ago, and some dude there asked me where I was from, and I said Honduras, and his reaction was, oh, man, really? Oh, hey, this guy, he's from Honduras. And everybody's like, oh.
Homeboy must be tough. Don't mess with
Exactly, dude. It was so for me, I don't get that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that whole thing. You know what I mean? We live in America. Do you understand how awesome this? Like, you guys, you joked around saying we got an IHOP.
Yeah.
But like that That's a whole nother level. We have a food network in this country. Other countries don't even have food.
Right.
We're on a whole. We have fat poor people. Did you know that in United States of America, per capita, right, per every 100 people in America, compared to the entire continent of Africa, more people die in our country of obesity than die in Africa of starvation.
How about that? That's actually scary.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, that's actually scary.
Yeah.
By the way,
So all those commercials for feed these people.
Yeah.
We need to have a bunch of commercials going.
starve these
Stop
people."
feeding these people. Yeah. Starve these people.
Starve these people.
John over here weighs 325.
Never mind, John. There'll be a picture of Rooney and Moon on the front page. Starve these people.
Well, just think about it. Could you imagine going to Africa and telling them that we have all-you-can-eat restaurants?
Yeah. That's
You know what I mean?
That's a heck of a good
insulting.
point. Yeah.
Like, see those commercials now? They wouldn't have flies buzzing around them. They'd have the beach sweats.
Do you
and
know what
stuff
I'm
going on.
saying?
Yeah.
It's like we were in Central America with my dad. He works for CARE sometimes, and we were digging holes and then making wells so that they can pump water out. And everybody was blown away every time we did this. And the water is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's light brown.
Oh.
It's got microorganisms in it that are going to give worms to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're testing it and they're shaking it. And I'm like, what are you looking for? And they're like, how bad the worms are going to be for everybody. And the villagers are looking at me and I'm like, don't look at me. We have vitamin and fluoride in our water.
And two things, Carlos. First of all, you're talking to the king of OCD over there.
Yeah.
You just made him cringe. He's like the ultimate in OCD.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I got two jars of Germex over here.
If you want to do a funny joke, just keep grossing him out with the water jokes and things like that. The second thing.
See, that's a luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OCD is a luxury Americans have. Other people don't.
You don't see people in Honduras washing their hands every 5 minutes, right?
No, they don't have OCD. The people in Honduras, people in the majority of the world, over half the world still doesn't use toilet paper nor a toilet. Over half of the world.
So you told him to do that.
Good
That was going
man.
to do it for the rest of the show.
man.
Yeah.
No, but I'm telling you, this is real. Like when you go to other countries, like as an example, when you go to Europe, you think, Europe is just like America. Even Europe doesn't compare.
Yeah.
That's why, like when you go to even in a McDonald's in Europe, they give you if you're lucky, 2 napkins. That's it.
Right.
And as an American, you go and you see everybody and they're tapping their mouths and, using these napkins the whole time. And, we grab one, wipe it, throw it away, and look like, where's my napkins? And they look at you like,
What's
we
wrong
just
with
gave you 2 napkins. You got 2.
You're so wasteful.
Right, and you've got 2 napkins. Everyone else got 1, but you've got 2, and you still want more. What's your problem? And you're just like, but we're normally over there, they just leave the napkins out here, and we just grab as much as we want.
Many as we want.
I mean, I guarantee you that the majority of people that are listening to this right now, somewhere at home, have a drawer with a bunch of napkins from takeout that they've had from all these other places.
Yeah.
Some say Sonic, some say McDonald's, some say, we're on a whole different level in this country. And I think we need to kind of stop and put it in perspective. I think we've lost perspective.
Well, based on that, being from Honduras, being a kid from Honduras, and making it big here in America, and that sort of thing. So there you are. You've made it. You've made it big. And like I said earlier, you're sitting on the couch at home, you're flipping through the channels.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Comedy Central, boom, there's your face. There you are on TV. What's that like for you?
I changed the channel. It's freaky.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you, do you watch it and critique it, or do you change the channel?
Well, by that time, we've edited it 40 times, so I've seen it left and right. I know every single nuance of the performance, but once it's on TV, it's creepy.
Yeah.
And if people want to watch it in my house, I tell them to leave. That's just not.
Right.
What about your wife?
That's
Is she the same
bizarre.
way? Does she change?
The same thing. No, go watch it on your own time. That's bizarre.
It's 7:56 with Rooney and Moon. Carlos Mencia is in studio with us. Can we do one more segment with you?
Of course,
before
I'm
we-
not that narcissistic.
Okay, all right, very good. We'll do one more segment with you. We'll do a couple of things. The first thing, you and I have 2 things in common. We lost a bunch of weight in the past year, and we're both proud naturalized Americans.
Yeah.
I actually, you could never tell it, but I actually came here from Ireland when I was 15 years old.
15?
15, yes, sir.
Wow.
And being proud to be an American for me is a huge, huge thing.
Yes.
I'm that guy who gets a tear in his eye
Me
when
too.
the national anthem plays.
Right.
I want to talk to you about being proud to be an American when we come back.
Rooney and Moon in the morning.
The High Plains Best Mix.
Mix 107.5.